Hi, this is Tom at DYRPG, illustrator, adventurer, and explorer of all things pop culture. Today is the first in a series of shorter process videos of my Chibi Marvel Zombies illustration project. Today I'm going to show you my first sketch of a Chibi Marvel Zombie Venommm. As always, I'm going to start with a 3D model. But first I'm going to talk about my relationship to the character Venommm. So, I read comics a lot when I was a kid, Western American superhero comics. But at about the age of 12, I decided that I didn't like them anymore, and I started reading manga, which was really hard to find at the time. Back in the old days, we just didn't have Shonen Jump magazine. Oh, come on, guys, it's not that bad. Anyway, so my first exposure to Venommm was through playing this game, which I think you guys will recognize once you hear it.
Capcom presents Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
And this version of Venommm was one of the best versions ever created.
We are Venommm!
Venommm was so incredible. This character, he had a really gross tongue dripping with green goo, and he was very fluid. He could turn his whole body into like a snake. It was very strange. And so immediately I fell in love with the character. In the video game, as I said, because I had stopped reading comics at that point, or at least American superhero comics.
Spoil sport!
Alright, Eddie, that's enough from you for now. Anyway, sorry for that. So I wouldn't be drawing Venommm or any other superheroes now if I hadn't gone back to superhero comics. In my 20s, I found I liked superheroes again. Like I said, when I was about 12, I discovered manga, fell in love with manga, but in my 20s, the X-Men were getting really big and anime had exploded. I mean, I was so happy just to have all this great media. And I came to a point where I really didn't distinguish, I didn't put one genre or a group of genres above the other. I mean, it's all good. Now I like to swim in the great oceans of all things pop culture, and I no longer call favorites. I mean, it's all good, folks. And because I like all the things, I like to take them and do mashups. And that's the reason for doing this Chibi Marvel Zombie project is, I thought, well, I like chibis and I like zombies. So I thought to myself, I'm going to put all these things together in a blender and see what comes out of it. And I'm not the only one that does this. There's a lot of people that do it. But I think because I don't, say, put superheroes above anime, I like both things. I think they're both great. That's one of the reasons why I enjoy doing things like this, is because I like to see them put together. So I'm coming close to my second finished sketch of my Chibi Venommm, and you can see that I went kind of all out with the version of Venommm that had kind of the snaky figure coming out of him, and I had thought of, horror genres like, perhaps Lovecraft, the kind of tentacle horror thing, and I wanted to push that. Let's bring in more snaky things coming out. I'm mirroring the shape of his tongue, and so you see a kind of patterning happening with the various shapes, which I'll say that's one of the reasons why I occasionally like doing a kind of silhouette like sketch to start. Because when I move into colors, Venomm's not going to be black. He's going to be blue, most likely, from like in the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 version of him. So the reason I chose black was because I wanted to focus on the shapes that were being created as I was drawing, and one easy way to do that is to work in high contrast. You can really see the shapes that are forming as you're drawing. So I'm carving out his brain. I have to remember that he's a zombie. He's not just a cool Venom. He has to be zombified at the same time. So I'll be excited to show you what I do in the next version of this sketch, but thank you so much for joining me today, and I can't wait to make my next video. And if you like what you're seeing, please subscribe, and thanks for watching.